I was fine as wine in my 20s, but I was broker than a joke. I was fine as wine in my 20s, but I was broke as hell. Hey. Hey, what's up, besties? Today we're going to be talking about the money mistakes I made in my 20s, dumb purchases that I made, and just overall regrets. If I would have just listened. If I would have just listened to people or just did some research, I would have been in a way better position. Let me say, not just listen to people, listen to the right people, because I got some really terrible advice before. Anyway, I'm trying to help you so that you don't got to go through the same things I went through. And maybe you're in your 30s or your 40s, and these are just some of the mistakes that I want to avoid, but you can share things that you did down below as well. Okay, so the first thing is student loans. I know I talk about this all the time, but I promise you this has been the biggest mistake of my life. It was the biggest mistake of my life. Okay, I don't know why I repeated myself, but anyways, it was one of the biggest mistakes I made in my life because I was not knowledgeable about student loans. So I did the thing where they said you could take out the max. I took out the maximum amount of student loans every single year. I don't know who I thought was gonna pay this money back, or if it just would never get paid back. Let me take that back. I was told that you will always be paying back your student loans, so just go ahead, you know. But then it's like now I'm in my 30s and I'm paying for all that dumb stuff I did with my money back then instead of just getting the amount that I needed. Now I did stay on and off campus. My first year I stayed on campus, and every other year after that I stayed off campus. So I still wanted to have money to be able to afford my off-campus living. So yes, of course I got the extra coins for that. But even after I paid my rent, I still would have like $2,000 or $3,000 left. I would pay my rent up for the semester. I would still have money left. Mind you, I was working three jobs, and I still had all them student loans out there. Y'all, just take after me. Take what you need. And if you don't have to get a student loan, don't get one. Like if there's a way you can do a payment plan, parents out there, I'm telling you, it's so much better in the long run if you pay off, like pay it as you go. Whatever you have to do, scholarships, make sure that you got somebody that's invested in your future. Parents, if you're invested in your child's future as well, you want to make sure that you're not putting an overload on student loans, because I promise you, you'll get out of jail. It feels like you've been in jail. You get out of college and you will be paying back student loans before you even know it. Yes, that 6-month grace period is there, but them student loans ain't no joke. So right now, if I wasn't on the repayment plan that I'm on now, I would be paying over $700 worth of student loans every month. That is more than my car note, and that's my house note all in one. Ain't nobody got time for that. But I'm so grateful and thankful for parents and for you know, just being able to be on this repayment plan, because if not, I'd be stuck like Chuck. All right, number 2 is purchasing a car. Now, if you guys didn't know, my brother is a mechanic, okay? He is the best mechanic in the world if you ask me. But I have my car taken care of. Every single car I've had, my brother pretty much worked on. Now, when I graduated, I had a Pontiac Grand Am GT 1999, okay? She was fun. Okay, was she a 99 or 2000? She was doing it for the 99 and the 2000. She was good though. She was a good car. Okay, I absolutely loved her. She had the sunroof top, diamond in the back. Okay, no diamond in the back, but she was an amazing, amazing car. Sunroof, leather seats. Like, I had tinted the windows. She was my pride and my joy. Baby was beaten, and I know for a fact she shouldn't have had no beats in there, but she was beaten. And I moved down here, and I was told, you know, you only live once. You know what I'm saying? You got this nice job. Nothing was wrong with my car. Okay, again, my brother maintenance my car. He kept it nice. And one time I actually I was gonna get this car, and it didn't work out. And so I kept my Pontiac. And I should have just kept getting my Pontiac until I saved up enough money again so that my car note wouldn't be so expensive. I ended up getting an Impala, an LTZ Impala at that. And I actually went for a Camaro. And what I should have did was got the car that I actually wanted if I was gonna pay a note that was higher than what it should have been. And because of my credit score, it was not the best, okay? I didn't even realize credit scores was supposed to be high. Like, I didn't know. I knew they weren't supposed to be low, but I didn't know mine was low either. So when I got the car, it was absolutely way too expensive for what it was. And by the time a year or two I went in, like, my car was upside down. So it was no longer worth like as much as it should have been worth. And after so long, it was a gas guzzler. Like at first it would like save me money on going on trips. By the end of its time period, baby was only getting maybe 20 miles to the gallon. She was horrible. She was horrible, but I loved her. Let me not talk bad about you. I loved you. We had a relationship. You just weren't right for me. Okay. So I want to get out there with, but when people tell you like you only live once, YOLO, yes, this is very true, but you still have to be responsible with that money that you have and be responsible in the payments that you're making. Sometimes there was actually times where I wouldn't be able to pay my car note because it was too high and I needed to pay something else, or I needed to do some, not pay something else, I needed to do something else. Like if I wanted to go out of town, the first thing I didn't pay was my car note because that was like $500 right there that I ain't have to pay. I'm like, I'm gonna do this. So I regret making the purchase of that car because I did not need one, and I did not negotiate my car or, you know, even try to get a better deal, especially on an Impala LTZ. Like it was way too expensive for the year that it was. I think it was like a year old. But I mean, it was nice for what it was, but I definitely didn't need the car. So that is an expense that I didn't have to do that I did. Getting a credit card, y'all. I was anti-credit cards when I was in high school. I knew that you shouldn't have credit cards. I'd heard about it. You know, my mom and dad told me, you know, don't worry about getting no credit card. You have a debit card, blah, blah, blah. Well, I messed around and wanted to buy some stuff from Macy's, and it was like, you can sign up for my card. I'm like, okay, why? And she told me all the stuff I could save and do, and I'm like, why, yes, I will. I'm a college student. I want this really nice clothing at the time. I thought it was really nice. I could have just been shopping at Route 21, but who are me? Anyway, so I got the Macy's card. Lo and behold, Macy's was still sending the bills to my address in college, which was on campus, and they weren't sending them to my permanent address, which was at home. And so I went about 3 months because, you know, you get out of school in May and then you come back in August or September. Well, by then I had like a pile of mail that they were, you know, they tell you to come get because I didn't give them a forwarding address. And so I went and I was doing something or whatever. I was just asking in general where my mail was, and so they had a stack of mail, and it was a lot of my Macy's bills in there. And the last one I picked up said, your account about to be closed. I'm like, what for? You know, y'all ain't sent me no bill. Looking right at the bills anyway. So I had been missing out on paying the bills, not realizing that was also lowering my credit score. So I got mad because I called them. I was like, well, how much do I owe? You know, I'm smart, sassy. Okay, I'm like, how much do I owe? I'm finna pay it and you could close my account, because the lady was hard to understand. I got frustrated and I closed my account. Worst thing I could have ever did. And it caused me a lot of time for me to get my credit back together. Circa a First Premier card that I also got within that time period, same thing happened, but I still paid off my First Premier card. But that was the worst credit card you could have. It's horrible. Like, don't get no First Premier card. Like, I can't tell y'all enough. There's got to be a better way. Get a secured credit card. Don't get First Premier. Their APR is probably about 32.5%. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. And if you miss one payment, I promise you, they act like, I don't even know what they act like. I was gonna say they act like it's their money, but really it is their money, kind of. But I don't know. I just had a bad experience with them. Y'all let me know down below if y'all ever had a First Premier bank card, because once I got rid of them, I was happy and done. But I also closed that account. That was something else that I did very frequently. I would get mad and I would close the account. I had an anger problem. Like, I need to get myself together. I just can't be getting mad and just doing stuff. I don't do that anymore, but that was back then. My fourth one is not purchasing a home. This is one of my regrets. I have found the most beautiful townhome. And it had just got remodeled. It was sitting on this little lake area. It was a man-made lake, but still a little lakey. Had a patio and everything. And I didn't talk to my brother. I tried to do everything on my own, and I didn't have the knowledge that I needed to have, and not trusting and believing that that's what I should have done. I should have gotten that townhouse then, because then I could have flipped it after I got ready to, you know, whatever the case would have been. I could have flipped the house and, you know, either rented it out or sold it and made some more money, whatever. Like, it was just a good investment property that I should have invested in, but I wasn't wise enough to do it at that time, and I regret it all the time because I would have had that home. It was nice. It was in a nice area. The price was good. The thing that happened was I didn't have the money for the down payment, and had I been smart enough, I would have just asked for a loan from my brother or found another way to be able to purchase it. I think there are just so many different avenues I could have took to get the townhome, and now that I look back on it, I'm 32. I was all of 24 then. I could have been a homeowner a long time ago, and everything was pretty much lined up for me. And I honestly think it was me not taking a leap of faith, and then also because I have the thing, like when I'm dating somebody, I'm like, oh, we can do this, and he wasn't sold on it, and I was trying to do it with somebody. No, do it by yourself, okay? You ain't married to nobody, do it by yourself. You got this, okay? If your coins is together, do it by yourself. And I really truly regret not doing it by myself, because I'll be a millionaire by now. Why? I mean, why not? No, okay, maybe not a millionaire, but at least a homeowner. And last but not least, medical bills. Like, I don't know where I got this thing that medical bills didn't have to be paid, but baby, you got to pay your medical bills, okay? Don't just let them go by the wayside. You need to make sure you take care of your medical bills. Even if you can't pay something, like, just give them, pay the whole amount. Just give them something on it, because they came back and garnished my paycheck. And I was like, how y'all go? My money is gone. Just pay them, because them doctors do a lot. They want their money. They want their stuff. Like, just give them what they are asking for. Because I hate for you to end up in a position like me, where I was paying off medical bills, and then you still gotta, like, it goes on your credit score. Like, once it goes into collections, it shows up as a collection. And I just thought, you know, it'd just go away. No, this stuff affects your credit. Like, don't play around with nothing that affects your credit. That's all I'm gonna say, like, with that. But seriously, y'all, like, be mindful. I don't know where these myths and mythological ideas come from, these hood rules, I don't know, but you should pay your bills. Like, make a negotiation, make something with them so that you can pay your bills and pay them on time. Because I promise you, it's way better to show it to a hospital and your name ain't flagged than for your name to be flagged that you don't pay, because you gonna anyway. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you learned something from my experiences. Tell me some of the things that you regret down below. Again, don't play with nothing that mess up your credit score. Like, if I ain't say nothing else, if it touch your credit score, don't play with it, okay? Collections, don't play with it. Paying your credit card on time, don't play with it. Like, just don't play with stuff that will hurt your credit, because you need credit in order to get different things, like getting a car, getting a home, even qualifying for a loan or something that you may need for, like, a personal loan. All of that stuff counts. So make sure you're doing the best that you can with your credit. Manage your credit, take care of your credit, massage and soothe your credit, so that you can have something to be proud of when you're older, and not be trying to redo it when you're in your 30s like I am. But I'm in a much better position now. I've learned so much, and that means I'm able to share it with you. So I hope you guys learned something today. Don't forget to hit the like button, don't forget to subscribe, and as always, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any more of my videos. And I will catch you in the next one, because I'm fabulous. Gone with the wind, fabulous. Kenny Moore joke. Okay, bye guys. KK bye. I'm just playing. KK bye.